The Tigers and the Falcons. It's pretty hard to go against a team that didn't concede a goal in round one, so I'm tipping Richmond to get this one done. Anthony Stangetz will be joining me in commentary very shortly, but we're just about ready for a start. I missed the toss, but it looks like Richmond will be kicking it down to the Richmond station, and Kate Dixon, who kicked 4 goals on debut last week for Richmond, heading down to full forward for Richmond. And it's a very good afternoon to Anthony Stangetz.
Very good afternoon to you, Brendan, and looking forward to bringing you this round 2 clash in Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Take us away.
The umpire throws the ball aloft, and the first tap goes to Richmond through Colwell. Kicked a couple of goals last week. Tries to get it out again. Couldn't get it clear. Now taken by Woodward, who kicks out towards half forward on the lead. A good mark taken there by Clark. Played on, got the hand pass to Kennedy. Kicks in towards the pocket. Getting back there for the Tigers. Here's a chance for Gardner. Snap around the corner. It's a floater. Dixon at the back. Couldn't quite take the mark. Sweeping in from behind is Colvin. Changes her mind. Kicks back towards the pocket. And a good mark taken there for Darebin. And that is by Lana Skipper.
Trying to get the ball out of their defensive 50. Not there yet, Darebin. Exon goes out wide to the outer side. Good strong mark taken by Gardner. Gardner goes along the outer side at Punt Road Oval here today. No mark taken. Umpire comes in, says, give the ball to me, and we will have a ball up. Second game today in Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Essendon taking on Melbourne Uni at Windy Hill. We'll keep you updated on the progress scores in that game throughout the afternoon.
So Molly Eastman has been pinged holding the ball.
If wanting to keep up to date with all the scores this afternoon, download the VFL W app at the App Store and Google Play.
Kennedy's kick to half forward was chopped off by the Falcons, and now they can build from the centre of the ground. Kick straight into the player on the mark, did Simpson. Creates a turnover, little kick towards half forward. Falcons, however, gain the football back, and it'll be booted clear by Bertoni up towards half forward. Here's a chance for Honeybun, charging through, ran straight into a strong tackle. And the Tiger fans like that. Louise Stevenson will get the free kick for Richmond. Goes short, bit of a stretch. Mark not taken there by Ross. Played on, hand pass has been chopped off by Colvin. Wanted to go around, goes with the centering ball. Good mark taken there by Exon.
Busy early.
There's a whistle, and it's a 50-metre penalty. Player running through the protected zone. I think that was Nev Clark, who the umpire pointed to. But Exon will have the shot at goal from 35 metres out for the first one of the day.
Yeah, working well off that half back line and through the middle of the ground, getting some early disposals, and now a chance to put the first score on the board.
6 games and 4 goals in her VFL W career so far. She doesn't add to that there, just missing to the left. The first score of the game, Swiss Wellness VFL Women's round 2 to the Falcons. They're 1 behind, Richmond yet to score. After a couple of minutes.
From the kick in.
Well, that's out on the full, I think. Yep.
So, good opportunity now for the Falcons. They quickly put it round the corner. Great kick. And Simpson has put it through. So, great result and great turnover by Darebin. They get their first on the board. They are 1 goal straight. 1-1-7 to Richmond yet to score.
First goal kicked against Richmond in VFL Women's. It's taken to round 2 after the Western Bulldogs managed just 3 behinds at the Whitten Oval last week. It didn't take long today. Great start for the Falcons, just what they needed after a 9-goal loss in round 1. Back in the centre, 1 down for Darebin, trying to go through it, was left behind by Dempsey. Trying to bustle through is Honeybun, and she's been wrapped up. We'll have another ball up. Just forward of the centre circle for the Falcons. Thumped out wide by Pearce. Tapped forward by Dempsey. Now it goes out wide. Booted by Ross. Doing the front and centre work is George. Kicks inside 50. Front spot, no mark taken there by Jacobs. And she got caught under pressure, stolen away from her. Snap around the corner by Gunn. Into the pocket it goes. Bouncing ball. Dixon flicks the hand pass over her head. Bit of a fumble, however, from Hogan, and it goes over for a boundary throw-in. Scoring opportunity for Richmond. And we're going to see a redo on the throw-in from the boundary umpire. Almost throwing straight into the breeze there. So Rucks to go at it again. Pearce up against Dixon. Pearce judged it best. Tapped it out towards half-back. Tracking it back there for Richmond was Colwell. Couldn't break clear. The umpire will have to sort this one out. Early doors, a few minutes gone. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's round 2 at the Swinburne Centre. Darebin 1-1. Tigers yet to score. Kept in there by Colwell. Who's busy early. Oh, good desperation by Woodward. Got a kick away, only as far as Pearce. On the half-back line, Pearce goes up towards the wing. Hammered the target, couldn't take the mark. Brought it to ground. Quick kick away from Burry into the centre. Well-judged effort for the Falcons, and it's in the hands of Lister.
Gets it up to Mounsey at centre-half forward. Opportunity to put her side back into attack. A wobbly kick inside 50. Could bounce all the way. It has. Straight through the middle. No one back in the goal square. And Darebin very quickly have their second goal on the board. They move on to 2-1-13, leading Richmond no score. And 5 minutes gone in this first term.
You see the value of the wind there. That was a real floater of a kick, but it flew 45, 50 metres and then just took off the ground, didn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to fathom which way the breeze is going. It's swirling at the moment.
Seems like it's blowing into our face, but it is still clearly favouring the northern end of the ground.
It's the ball back in the middle. Free kick going the way of the Falcons again. Eastman plays on quickly. Great smother off the boot. That was good work by Mueller. Again, gets the ball back, Eastman. Trying to get back inside that forward 50 arc once again. Good defensive work by Darebin in this first quarter. Exon gets the handball out. Found Morrow. Inside forward 50 now. Richmond outside defensive 50 once again. But the mark taken by Alcorn. Heads up towards centre half forward. One grab, two grab. Mounsey takes it. And she'll line up from just inside the forward 50 arc. Won't have the same luck this time. It gets onto the beautiful drop bunt and puts it straight through. Didn't need the floater to bounce through in the goal square this time. And strong start by the Darebin Falcons. They are 3-1-19, leading Richmond no score.
Well, never ride off a great team, do you? I know there's a long way to go, but a terrific start from the Falcons. They're only running with 5 AFL listed players today. No Astor O'Connor or Karen Paxman, who were named in the emergencies but didn't come into the team. A 19-point lead to Darebin. 7 minutes gone in the first quarter. Tigers with the opportunity to make the clearance towards half forward. That's a good kick just at the bootlaces of Jess Gardner. She was a good player for St Kilda last year. Trying to work her way through was Alcorn, who got a kick up towards half forward. Mark not held by Hocking. Best on for Richmond last week. Little hand pass through. Simpson with a chance for the second. Mounsey back with the flight. How will this bounce into the post? It's Simpson and Mounsey very dangerous up forward for Darebin. They lead by 20 points already in the first quarter. A poor kick in. She's put it straight to Simpson uncontested. And Stephanie Simpson has the chance to go back and kick her second goal inside the first 10 minutes of this game.
Yeah, always been a dangerous player up forward. Probably doesn't get the kudos that some of the other major forwards at Darebin have always received, but regular goal scorer for them. Not on this occasion, though.
Yeah, 1 goal, 2 now for Simpson. Yeah, 31 goals in her 26th game, so she certainly knows where they are, Steph Simpson. But held that one out to the right. 3-3-21 Darebin. Richmond yet to score. Having some trouble with the clock here at the Swinburne Centre.
So from the kick in, opportunity now for the wide open spaces of this punt road wing. They kick it along the broadcast side wing now. Well judged at the back of the pack. So Gardner, and we'll see the ball over the line, and we will have a boundary throw in. So right in front of our broadcast position here at the Swinburne Centre. Lauren Pearce, a handy inclusion for the Falcons this week. Melbourne AFL W player. Gets to enjoy a season as the only Pearce on the Darebin Falcons list.
The number one Pearce. She'll enjoy being the main Pearce.
She will.
She's a quality player too. Don't undersell her.
No confusion in the best players when she's in there now. So boundary throw in, as we said, right in front of our broadcast position. Good tap down by Pearce. Doesn't go to her team's advantage. Fighting for the football. Fairchild over the footy. Richmond unable to extract it. Just as Fairchild got the ball in her hands, we will have a ball up. So 10 minutes gone first term. 21 points the lead to Darebin. Tapped down by the Tigers. Comes out Kennedy right in front of her, and we'll see the ball over the line once again.
So Lauren Pearce, I think, has won pretty well every tap so far. And see how she goes this time. Not. Good work getting to the front spot and then running away Colwell. Toe pokes it forward. Running off the line, the Falcons. Exon can't pick it up cleanly. The first go, she's swamped by Tigers. There is a Richmond player down behind the play. Keep an eye on that. Just slow to get up. Quick kick forward from Lister towards half forward. Oh, out the back. Here's an opportunity. This is Normington. Dickens steps around one. Little toe poke forward. Mountsy's going to have 3 in the first quarter. Hannah Mountsy waiting out the back. Runs into the open goal, and it is all Falcons at Punt Road Oval. 4-3-27 to no score. 9 minutes left. And that was really good play for Tues tap for the Darebin Falcons.
Yeah, it certainly was. A teammate, Normington, was going to go for goal and miss kick. And Mountsy just there in the goal square has kicked the last 3 goals for the Falcons and gives them that handy 27-point lead as we count down towards quarter time. Infringement.
Yeah, the Darebin wing on the outer side didn't get out of the square quickly enough.
Or was it the density rule? I'm not sure. And they are able to call it on that as we go up towards the half-forward line once again. And ball over the line, and we'll see a boundary throw in. So the umpire's asked to check to make sure that there's... is
that 50-50? Okay. Yep. I know he did point towards the to the wing who was desperately trying to get out of the square. So, but we'll keep an eye on that 6-6-6 rule.
So boundary throw in. Tigers with the tap down once again. Kick forward. Good work by Colwell. Ball goes out of bounds, and we'll have another boundary throw in.
She's had a bit of it early, Jenna Colwell. Very good player for the Sharks last year.
Interesting, some of the early matchups. Lou Stevenson has the job on Hannah Mountsy today. Ball at forward 54 the Tigers. Trying to run it into attack is Gunn. The ball goes over the line and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Mountsy coming off for a spell. You'd reckon when she's on fire the way she is, leave her out there.
Yeah, swapping it around with Simpson, so...
That's not bad.
Just, I think, trying to upset the defence of Richmond because they've sent the tall down there and now trying to get Simpson down there and create a bit of a mismatch. So good coaching by Jane Lange. Inside forward 50, in front, and good mark taken by Gardner. Too far out to score. especially with the swirling breeze at the moment. And McDonald playing well in defence, marshalling the troops during this first term. Good short kick, Matty Guerin plays on quickly. Goes to the outer side, good work, now they've got the run. Gardner onto Simpson, just on the field. Can she get it round her opponent? Kicks long, looking for a teammate. And the Tigers in the front spot.
Hocking.
And they take the mark and they'll clear.
And Justine Hocking sends it back towards half-back. A good mark taken out there for the Tigers. That was by Benara, got the hand pass off, kick goes down towards the wing, it'll bounce towards the line. Honeybun gets there first for Darebin, caught, strong tackle by Musico. And a ball up on the outer wing. Unusual name, it'd be interesting to know if Esther Honeybun is any relation to the Richmond ruckman of the 80s, David Honeybun. He was a good player back then. Ball towards half forward for Darebin. Tyndall, who was named captain earlier on today of the Falcons. Can't keep it in. And David Honeybun, senior and junior, both played for Richmond in the day. A boundary throw-in. Held up in the breeze, thumped away by Colwell. Towards the boundary line, getting there first was Fairchild. Caught, and we'll have a ball up. Right on the forward 50 for Darebin. A dominant first quarter for the Falcons. Quick kick away, doesn't clear the zone. Trying to boot it clear there was Muller, couldn't do so. Getting back first for the Falcons will be Lawson Tavern. Gets the handball back to McDonald, throw it on the boot towards half forward. Fairchild, it was over her head. Arriving now for Richmond is Woodward. Put it on the outside of the boot, turnover time again. Lauren Pearce shrugged one tackle, gave the hand pass off. Away goes Gearin, kicks towards half forward. Chance now for Richmond to clear as light shower starts to fall here at Punt Road Oval. Opportunity for the Falcons. Bumped off the ball was Hibbert. Little hand pass over the top, McDonald, kicks towards half forward, at the back, here's a chance for the Falcons. Oh, the handball was missed, probably could have went towards Normington Dickens, still in there for the Falcons. Caught high, should have been a free kick to Richmond to Graham, no, said the umpire. Hocking dispossessed, quick kick from Fairchild along the ground, battle for the ball at the top of the goal square. Chance now for Richmond, taken away by Colwell, little kick away. Richmond should clear, little kick over the top. Will give Muller a chance to break clear. She does, through the centre of the ground. It could be coming straight back. McDonald playing that quarterback role, but can't break the centre circle, and the umpire will have to call for a ball up.
Looking around the grounds, and it was Essendon leading at half-time against Melbourne Uni. Melbourne Uni kicking the first 3 goals of the third term, and now lead 5 goals straight 30 to Essendon 3-3-21. Ball inside 50 for Richmond. Hogan over the top. Good clearing kick. That was by Lawson Tavan. Up towards half forward. Graham in defence for the Tigers. Slung inside forward 50 for... Great work by the Falcons to get it inside their forward arc, and we'll see a free kick going the way of the Tigers.
So the sun is still pretty well shining, but there is light rain falling here at the Swinburne Centre. That'll provide more product for Choose Tap, that's for sure.
Certainly will.
As the umpire calls for a ball up just forward of centre wing for the Darebin Falcons. 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter. A brilliant start for the reigning premiers. Towards half forward it goes. Quick kick for the Falcons from Colvin. Up towards the 50. Good tackle laid there, and the umpire says, give it to me. We need to find the second 10 at quarter time, I reckon. Quick kick away. The Tony smothered. Tigers have been good with their smothering in the first term. Ball towards the forward pocket will be on the wrong side of the boundary line and out of bounds on the full. Free kick to Richmond.
So Stevenson to bring the ball back into play. Looking for options, told to play on. Kicks long along the outer side. Pearce, good strong mark, and she'll put them back in to attack the Falcons. 90 seconds left in the first term. Long, deep kick. Off hands. Just 25 metres out from the Falcons' goal. The defence under plenty of pressure during this first term for the Tigers. Kennedy got her kick away. Now the Falcons push it right back once again. At the back of the pack, chance for Simpson. No, hits the post and out of bounds. So we'll have a boundary thrown in the right forward pocket.
Tell you what, she was in for another easy goal too if she hadn't let that go past her. All on her own at the back, Simpson. Time for one more before quarter time. Tap down, straight into the goal square. Can she get a boot on it? Not quite. It was a desperate lunge from Normington Dickens. It couldn't quite get the boot there in time, and it's a rush behind to the Falcons. 28-0. I think that is taking advantage of the wind. It's a short pass into the back pocket. Called to play on now was Hocking. Puts it out towards half back. Busting through Honeybun. Snap back around the corner. Mark was dropped by Graham. Picking it up, Stevenson. Shrugs off one. Puts it on the left boot. That should be enough to save the day for the quarter. It certainly will as Neve Clark runs onto a strong mark. Kicks up towards the wing. Getting him back around there is Gunn. Boundary line too close. And that will do us. Quarter time in Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Round 2 action here at the Swinburne Centre Punt Road Oval. And it is the Darebin Falcons who have flown out of the blocks. What a start from the reigning premiers. 4 goals for 28 the Falcons. Richmond yet to score on the Choose Tab scoreboard. Goal scorers 3 to Hannah Mounsey. What a terrific start that was for her. And 1 goal too for Steph Simpson as well. Doing all the scoring, Darebin. And the challenge well and truly thrown one of the VFLW newcomers in the Richmond Tigers in the second quarter. I'm Brendan Rhodes here with Anthony Stangetz. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second quarter. Welcome back to the Swinburne Centre at Punt Road Oval. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Round 2 action. Brendan Rhodes and Anthony Stangets with you. The second quarter is underway, and it's the Falcons who are going to make the first ball out of the centre. Towards half forward it goes. Mounsey battling for it, couldn't get clear. And it'll be wrapped up. It's not coming out of there, I don't think. The umpire will call for a ball up. That light shower looks like it's gone just as quickly as it arrived, as a free kick is picked out here for Richmond in the ruck contest. Tigers to clear up towards the wing. Well-weighted kick. Mark was dropped, however, there by Kennedy, the captain. Little handball over the top. Lauren Pearce received it from Exon. Gets a handball over the top. That's Eastman running on again. Chance for Tyndall. Got a beautiful hand pass off, running around the boundary line. Centering kick came from Alcorn. Mounsey tries to shrug the tackle, couldn't do so. Got the handball away. Hammond, quick kick. How will this bounce? It bounces well. And the first goal of the second quarter, the Falcons just march on. Georgia Hammond kicks the goal. And Falcons dominant here at Punt Road Oval. 5-4-34. Richmond yet to score. 1.5 minutes gone second quarter, sorry.
Yeah, great goal. Just the second efforts by the Falcons in the game early is a credit to them and gives them that 5-goal lead.
Long way back from here in Swiss Wellness VFL Women's.
Yeah, certainly is. It's 34 points now, the margin, as Richmond try to get it out of the middle. Hasn't spent much time in their forward half. Get it up to Dixon. 4 goals in round 1. They need her to kick a few during this term. She goes out wide. And good work by
off the outside of the boot there. 50.
So over the mark. And we'll see the ball travel a bit further up. So everything going the way of the Falcons during this second term early. We'll give you an update shortly around the grounds. Now the game, just the 2 games today, and it's Essendon versus Melbourne Uni. At halftime, Essendon was leading, and in the third term, getting close to just 3 points the margin. Melbourne Uni 5 goals straight, 30, leading Essendon 4-3-27 as the Tigers. Mark at half back, Graham. Goes out wide at the back of the pack. Hogan. That's of the Tigers variety. George now trying to get her hands on the football. But again, good work. Dispossessed. That time was Colvin. And a free kick will go the way of the Tigers. So out of side. Tigers yet to score. 3 minutes down in the second term. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's action. A very good afternoon if you're tuning in via vfl.com.au. Hope you're enjoying the coverage.
This might be an ankle problem or something, lower leg for Emma Gunn.
The trainer's heading out to the
blood rule, so we're going to have a fair delay here.
Round 2 of Swiss Wellness VFL Women's, as we mentioned, the 2 games today. And tomorrow, Casey Demons playing their first game in the competition out at Casey Fields, the doubleheader with Casey versus Hawthorn in the women's, and then Casey versus Box Hill Hawks in the men's. Carlton taking on the Western Bulldogs at Rams Arena tomorrow at midday. Williamstown and Southern Saints go head-to-head at Williamstown Football Ground at 2 p.m. on Sunday. And Olympic Park Oval at 2:30, another double-header match with Collingwood and Geelong going head-to-head in the Peter Jackson VFL in the morning. And in the afternoon, Collingwood versus Geelong in the women's comp.
Just a bit of blood coming from the mouth there of Emma Gunn, so she'll get that cleaned up and get back on, catch her breath.
So Dixon tried to fly high for the mark, couldn't take it. Ball going nowhere, umpire agrees and will come in, and we will have another ball up.
Flicked out the back. McDonald had a lot of it early doors. Trying to break through there was Eastman, who's also been prominent. Caught, just got a hand pass away in time was Lister. Created a chance for the Tigers to build the turnover. Didn't happen, and it's over for a throw-in. With the breeze, the ball spending a lot of time on the outer side, on the punt road side. 34-0. That is correct on your screen. Don't adjust your sets or your computers. Tap over the back by Pearce. Quick kick out of there from the Tigers. Towards half forward it goes. Exon gets back there first. Feeds the hand pass. Oh, that's a really good one too. Exon kicks into the centre of the ground. Tapped forward here. Mounsey arrives. Honeybun working hard. Oh, she goes in hard again. Esther Honeybun. And she dived on the ball this time, the umpire said, and it's holding it. So it'll be a free kick to Richmond. Ella Ross wasn't aware it was hers, but she's quite happy to receive it and kick to half forward. And a push out has been picked against Jess Gardner here. Gabby Colvin with the free kick. Turnover, Mounsey. The mark was dropped. It got to Hannah, who gave it off to Honeybone, who got run down a second time. She's taking the game on, but not quite working on every occasion for Esther Honeybone. Holding the ball. Free kick for Richmond. Kick up towards half forward. But it's been turned over again. Siobhan Hogan. At half back for Darebin. Drives it long. Look at the breeze. Hold that up. And it's off hands of Morrow and over for a throw in. Right in front of our telecast position. Exon is going to have a go in the ruck this time. Up against Kennedy. Kennedy won it and then dropped the ball as she was about to get a kick away. Lawson Tavern was dispossessed and then the pack converged. So should nearly be an uncontested tap here. No, Lawson Tavern did well and won it down. Bit of a fumble from the Tigers through Ella Ross, and it's over for a throw in. Heading towards the 8-minute mark of the second quarter, Richmond, who held the Western Bulldogs goalless last week, are still looking for their first score today. Lawson Tavern won it down. Picked up for Richmond. Little hand pass out of there from Benara. And it was quickly forced back in by Exon. Benara against Lawson Tavern. Benara won it down. Held out was Woodward. Exon caught. Great tackle. And another stoppage. It was well done by Alana Woodward. Lawson Tavern beaten again by Benara this time. Goes and picks up the football though. And got wrapped up. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Round 2 action. 34-0 in favour of the Darebin Falcons. Lawson Tavern won it. Hand pass out. Quick kick was smothered off the boot of Woodward. Trying to go through was Lister. Getting through with the kick for the Falcons was Fairchild. Mounsey. Caught by 3 Tigers. Dispossessed. Quick kick clear by King. Up towards the wing it goes. Bouncing ball. Needs a little hand pass. Was a little bit slow getting rid of it. Gardner. Pressure's on now. Turnover. And the Falcons can break away Eastman. Kicks up towards the wing. Over the head it goes. Tapped clear by Stevenson. Picks up her own ball. Goes onto the left. Kicks towards half forward. It's picking up just here with the pressure. Toe poked inside forward, 50 by Hogan. Bouncing ball, the other Hogan, Siobhan for Darebin. McDonald fed the hand pass looking for Colvin. Siobhan Hogan threw it on the right boot, up towards the wing. Chance for Richmond, that's in the hands of Musico, kicks inside 50. But the Falcons are back there and the mark is taken by Hibbert.
They go out wide, find McDonald. McDonald goes out wide as well. Kick intercepted. Tigers a chance to go back inside forward 50. Spent a fair bit of time in the last few minutes there, but just no result as yet. And McDonald will receive the free kick. She was infringed. Good battle up against Dixon. As we mentioned, Dixon kicking 4 goals in the opening round of the season. McDonald out to defensive 50, finds her target this time.
Lister.
So Lister plays on. Misdirected kick and the ball. Benaria kicks inside forward 50 once more. McDonald, good work. Hogan over the football. Gets a handball away. Opens it up for the Tigers though. High, up and under kick. Who can take the mark? Oh, their numbers back again. And Darebin strong in defence.
And the clearing kick for the Falcons. Out towards the centre half back, Eastman. Plenty of the ball for her. Kicks to the wing with an up and under. Ball brought to ground. Tigers with the numbers. Lawson Taverns on working her way over to the contest. Diving in there, Lister. And a ball up will result. One down for Richmond. Shrugging one tackle and kicking it forward was Ross. Into the pocket it goes. Getting back there first, Colvin. McDonald there as well. Handball over the top. Colvin can't break clear. Hogan did. Siobhan up and under kick outside 50. Bouncing ball. Strong tackle has been picked up there. That was by Kennedy, the captain of Richmond. Lawson Tavern won it down. Strong tackle through a Tiger out of that contest. And we'll do it all over again. Sun shining once again. Typical Melbourne day, isn't it? For winter. And the umpire having as many possessions as anybody right now.
So let's see what the Tigers can do. Forward 50. Can they get a score on the board before half-time in this clash? Ball going nowhere inside the forward 50 arc. They get a kick away. McDonald will lead in the race. Leads Dixon. Handballs to Hogan. They start the ball, bring the ball outside of defensive 50. Here come the Falcons. Just needs to bounce. Good defensive pressure. Colvin over the football. Gets a kick away. Stays in play over the line. And it'll be a boundary throw in touched. So bring it around in front of the grandstand here at the Swinburne Centre. Good crowd gathered to see this round 2 Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Clash. Falcons looking for their first win. And Richmond, a long way to come back from 34 points down at Lister. In towards the middle and cut off once again. Dempsey now with the mark. Again, the Tigers go inside forward 50. McDonald at the back of the pack. Marks strongly. She's been the general today for the Falcons. Mark taken now. Jacobs. Back 6. Very strong against the Tigers. Pearce couldn't take the mark. Ball goes over the line. Lauren Pearce quite likes the video stream games. Last year taking a big strong grab.
She's having a very good day so far. Just came back off the bench before that marking contest, Lauren Pearce. And she's in the ruck here against Benara. Didn't get a full purchase on that tap, but wins her own ball. Hand pass straight through. Oh, this will nearly be holding it. Just got a kick away. Came out to Morrow. Tried to snap it around the corner, but couldn't hook it back far enough, and it's out of bounds on the full. So free kick to Richmond. Findlay. Kicks to try and bring back some more rain. Pearce couldn't take the mark. And it goes over the line for a throw-in. So Plenty to think about here for Tom Hunter and his coaching staff at Richmond. Totally different game to last week. Pearce, double-handed tap towards the forward side of the wing. Strong tackle laid there for Darebin by Normington Dickens. And the Tigers still trying to work it out of the contest. Jenna Colwell can't do so. And a ball up is the result, much to the disgust of Nat Exon, who thought she had a free kick. Benara, Pearce over the head, thumped forward by Colwell off the boot. McDonald, how well has she played along with Lister and Eastman. Kicks into the centre of the ground, and Gearan, it's on the end of it. The wind holds that one up towards Mounsey. Stevenson has worked hard to pull herself back into the contest. Pushed forward by Mounsey. Stevenson again, that's a throw against the Tigers. Free kick to Morrow.
So Morrow to put the Falcons into attack. The Tigers having the majority of possession in their forward half over the last 5 minutes, but no results on the scoreboard for them. What can they amass this time as they go forward? Falcons' defence has been superb in today's game. Hibbert goes out wide, and we will have a boundary throw-in. So 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Darebin, 5-4-34, lead Richmond yet to score. Just the one goal scored this quarter. It's gone the way of the Falcons. And Mounsey has 3 goals, all in the first quarter. Honeybun,
great
tackle, great tackle. Tackler will be rewarded.
Nev Clark.
Clark needs to move the ball forward quickly. Brings it wide, looking for Dempsey. Couldn't take the mark. Good strong tackling by the Falcons once again. Overrun it was Morrow. 40 metres out from the Tigers' goal, and we'll see another ball up. So 2.5 minutes left for the Tigers. Try and get that much needed first score on the board leading into half time.
They need something to build with, don't they, for the second half?
They do, Colwell. And this has been the story. Falcons just the numbers back. And they bring the ball out along this broadcast side wing once again. Well drilled. Tigers again. Chance to rebound and send it back. Dempsey got the ball onto her teammate. That was...
Yeah, held the tackle too long there, Anthony.
And a free kick will go the way of Bowie. So
Evelyn Burry just forward to the centre. Drives it inside 50. It's a good kick, and that's got to be a free kick to Richmond. Front on contact, and Trish Muller can line up for goal. And she'll have the wind pretty much right at her back. Unless it's actually swung around a little bit, which will make it a bit tougher. Gives the hand pass off. The flying shot came from Musico. It's out wide, and that Darebin last line of defence is absolutely impenetrable. And Siobhan Hogan takes another mark. So Hogan kicks it out towards half-back Exon. Over the top, Honeybun tried to slap it onto Eastman. She got worked over the line.
Wouldn't surprise me, Brendan, to see Meg McDonald on a AFLW list next year.
Well, if she keeps playing footy like this, she'll be very close.
Probably one of those forgotten defenders, and
I think she was named Darebin's best player last week as well, so certainly starting the season in very good form.
Might be a year with a few of the champions either departed or out of the team that she shines a bit brighter.
Steps up and makes the position her own. A kick inside 50.
Speaking of the devil.
This time got bumped off it. Good tackle laid. Got it away from Hogan. That was Elise Hogan for Richmond. And a ball up. And there will be about 10 seconds here for the Tigers.
Good work also by Siobhan Hogan to make sure she didn't give away the free kick for in the back.
Good tackle, wasn't it? She has been excellent in this second quarter, and that clearing kick will be enough to ensure the Tigers go to half-time without a score on the board. And I reckon Jane Lange will probably be happier with that second quarter than she was with the first one from the Darebin Falcons. They kicked 4-4 to nothing with the win, and then kicked a single goal and still kept Richmond scoreless in the second quarter. So an excellent half of football from the Darebin Falcons. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Round 2. It is all the reigning premiers. They are 5 goals for 34, leading Richmond yet to score. Thanks to Choose Tap, the goal scorers 3 to Hannah Mounsey and singles to Stephanie Simpson and Georgia Hammond. Nothing to speak of for Richmond, despite them having plenty of the football. There's no question that they had their opportunities, but that Darebin defence, absolutely unbelievable in that quarter, led by McDonald, Siobhan Hogan and Annalise Lister. They were outstanding.
Yeah, and amazingly, that goal coming in the first minute of that quarter for Darebin. So played defensive for the rest of the term. Probably the majority of that quarter was played in the Richmond forward half. So
Richmond's quarter without scoring, wasn't it?
It was. It certainly was. And yeah, as you mentioned, Jane Land should be very happy with that second term by the Falcons.
No question at all. It's half time here at the Swinburne Centre, Punt Road. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Round 2 action. Darebin Falcons 5-4-34. Richmond Tigers yet to score. A score update from Melbourne University and Essendon, if we've...
Yeah, it was still 3 points the margin at the start of the final term. So
over of the Muggers?
Yes, Melbourne Uni leading 5 goals straight 30 to Essendon 4-3-27.
So we'll keep you well abreast of that one in the when we return for the third quarter here. It's half-time. We'll be back shortly. Brendan Rhodes and Anthony Stangetz. Darebin leading by 34 points. Welcome back to the Swinburne Centre at Punt Road Oval. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Round 2 action. The Darebin Falcons dominating the first half. 5-4-34, leading Richmond yet to score as we head into the third term. Brendan Rhodes and Anthony Stangetz with you, bringing you all the action. Here's Anthony Stangetz.
34-point lead to the Falcons entering this second half. And we've seen a fair bit of it in the first term. Pearce getting it down to Exon. And she's held up in the middle of the Swinburne Centre, Punt Road Oval. Pearce again with another tap down. Just a reminder, download a copy of the VFL W app in the App Store, and you can every Monday find out all the stats leaders from each of the games thanks to Champion Data. The first place you'll get them live each week. So great to have the Champion Data stats for Swiss Wellness VFL Women's this season. And it'll be interesting to see how many hit-outs Pearce gets in today's game as the Tigers go into attack once more. Davey, and well, we talk about hit-outs. Let's see how many marks and disposals that Meg McDonald gains in this game as well, because she's marked it again in defensive 50. Her teammate kicks it out of bounds on the full, and we'll see a free kick going the way of the Tigers on the outer side.
Yeah, Gabby Colvin that was, who put it over the fence. Young spectator over there gets a possession for the Tigers.
So round the grounds as well, keeping you up to date with all games in the Swiss Wellness VFL Women's competition. And Melbourne Uni bring up their first win of the season after a first round loss to Geelong. 5-6-36, they defeated Essendon at 4-4-28. Holding on in the final term for that victory and kicking the first 3 goals of the third term, setting up that victory for the Muggers.
Tip that one, I'll claim it. Much better than what's going on here for my tipping. As Lauren Pearce took 2 strong marks in defence. She might have to take another one here in a minute as the Tigers try to push forward again. McDonald got a hand pass away. Exon attacks the ball, as did, that was Musico. And we'll have a ball up. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. Swiss Wellness at VFL Women's round 2 at Punt Road Oval. Pearce with another tap. Bit of a fumble from Gearan. Picked up for the Tigers. Dempsey boots it up towards half forward. Chalk another one up. Meg McDonald drives it towards the wing. 2 actions from Honeybun. Not judged a push by the umpire. Arriving is Hammond. Flicked it up. Looked like could have been high contact there. Front on for Darebin to Skipper. Not paid. Towards half forward it goes for Richmond. Little hand pass through was smothered. Gathered again by Clark. That's Nuala Clark. Got it back by hand to George, who kicked in towards the pocket. And Siobhan Hogan, rock solid in defence, sees it over for a throw in. 3 minutes gone, third quarter. Falcons 34-0. As the boundary throw in goes from the boundary umpire onto the palm of Lauren Pearce, as most of them have done all day. Caught with the football was Graham. And we'll have another ball up. Breeze seems to be getting a bit stronger as the game goes on. Pearce won it down. Trying to go through was Kennedy. Now Pearce. Back to Exon. They've been doing that a fair bit today. Slapped out wide, Honeybun. It went past her and then went past her again. Arriving was Ross, who got the hand pass back to Kennedy. Running onto the football. Here's a chance for the Tigers. Oh, great chase from behind by Colvin. Kick towards the top of the goal square. Can Dixon get a boot on it? She can, but it's the wrong side of the post. It's a great charge forward by Emma Gunn back on the ground, but an even better chase to stop the shot on goal. Tigers on the board, 4 minutes into the third quarter, 1 behind. Darebin 5-4-34.
So the Falcons bring the ball in, just keep it in play and find Honeybun. Marks inside defensive 50, brings it around the broadcast side wing, and Gardner takes the mark. Had good systems working out of defence today, the Falcons. Oh, good strong mark taken by Graham. So need to try and capitalise. They got their first score on the board. Try and make a major good smother off the boot by Hammond on the mark. Handball comes out. Good work by Eastman. Now chain of handballs. Pearce. Get it on. Maddie Gearan. Oh, great work. Kicks it long. Looking for Mountsie. Bounce the football. And the ball held up at forward 50 for the Falcons. Doing it well at bringing the ball to ground when they don't have it in their possession and putting the pressure on the Tigers' backs.
Mountsie in the ruck, reaches over the top, taps it inside 50. Little toe poke out of defence. It came to Ross, whose kick only went into the boots of Exon and over for a throw-in. That gives Lauren Pearce a chance to arrive, set herself up for another hit-out. Although Benara might have something to say about that. And the golden boots. No, Pearce with the tap. Picked up by Star. Can't keep it in. And it's a boundary throw-in.
Tried to convince the boundary umpire it was in play.
Yeah,
not convincing enough.
I think she'd need to be quite a bit more convincing considering it was outside the green line. So right on forward 50 for the Falcons. 33 points the margin. Long way back from here for Richmond. Tapped over the back by Lauren Pearce. Ross, Exon took it off her, handballed it back into traffic. And another ball up. You'd think if Richmond's getting back into it, they're going to need a goal very shortly. Gearan had it stripped. That looked like a throw. Umpire on the backside of the pack. Exon caught Pearce, or is it Hammond it was, threw it on the boot, kicks in towards the pocket. Oh, great mark. Gardner played on quickly and missed. Well, I think she took off before she even gave the umpire a chance to pay the mark. 5:35 Falcons, 1 behind Tigers. 7 minutes gone, third quarter for Swiss Wellness.
From the kick in, Dempsey takes the mark. And bringing along this broadcast side wing. In the front spot, Dixon couldn't take it. Good work by Pearce, once again extracting the football. Alcorn over it. Another chance, Hammond. Right to the goal line at the back, a chance for redemption, not on this occasion, Gardner. Mounsey though, chance for a fourth. Goes across goal and out of bounds on the full. And free kick will go the way of
she missed
Richmond.
From 1 metre out there, Gardner. Just got tackled as she went to kick and it glued off the outside of the boot, didn't it?
Third time lucky maybe?
Yeah, we'll see. She'll get another chance, I reckon. Not for a minute because the Tigers are on the march. Kick from Ross, who's had a lot of the football today, to the centre wing position. Strong tackle laid here. And it'll be a ball up. No, it'll be holding the ball. So pinged there was Lauren Jacobs. So the free kick will go to the Tigers. Jenna Colwell has been trying hard, running off defence to receive the handball was Dempsey. Kicks into towards the flank. Dixon arrives. Can she keep it in? She'll get dumped over the line and the ball will eventually go over. The umpire has called that a dangerous tackle. A dumping tackle, so the free kick will go to Kate Dixon. Spears it towards the 50, not the best of kicks. Solid bump there for Richmond by Graham. And she got wrapped up by McDonald. And another stalemate. Melbourne University 8-point winners over Essendon earlier today. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Other matches getting underway shortly as the kick inside 50 is marked by Colvin. The wobbling kick to half back. Oh, a little bit of a slap across the face there for the Darebin player who will be slow to get up, Gardner. But the free kick, Eastman off the side of the contest, wobbles it towards the centre of the ground. Richmond with the numbers here in the middle. Left behind by Davey. And the pack converges again. Richmond 1 behind. Darebin 5:35, midway point of the third quarter. Here at the Swinburne Centre, Exon wins the tap, but Stevenson roves the pack and boots it up towards half forward. Bouncing balls, she'll get it back here. It was Ross, in fact, who's having a lot of the football. Ella Ross playing a good game for Richmond. This kick was smothered. And a strong tackle laid by Neve Clark as well. Pearce, clever tap over the back, but there was no one there to rove it. Caught was Tonin, just got a hand pass away in time. Colvin, under pressure. Hogan, Siobhan to Exon, steps through a couple of tackles, gave it to Hogan, did well, got a hand pass off. Fairchild couldn't quite get a handle on the football, came out the back to Elise Hogan. She threw it on the boot towards the wing. Colvin tried to tap it down to Exon, but it bounced away from her and went over for a throw in. Breezy at the moment, but clear. It's the second of the early games. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Round 2. Colwell steps out of the contest, kicks to half forward, and Meg McDonald takes another mark for Darebin. Huge performance for her. Kicks into the centre of the ground. Mark was dropped, but Simpson recovered quickly, swept the hand pass over the top. This is Normington Dickens. Can she get it clear? Does to Honeybun. Little kick around the corner, goes up towards full forward. How will this bounce for Mounsey? Tapped away from her. It was good play for Richmond by Davey. Towards the pocket it goes. Davey still working in there. Keeping the feet well was Burry, and she'll get a kick that goes straight up in the air in the wind. Caught almost before she got the football was Lynch, and caught with the football was the Darebin forward there in, that was Batoni. So free kick to Richmond. Numbers with the Falcons. Up and under kick back towards the pocket. Over the head it goes of the attack. Hand pass. Was that tackle high? Yes, it was. So a free kick to Darebin. Right on the forward 50. Sets it up towards Mounsey. Through her hands it goes. Tigers at the back with the numbers. Strong tackle. Needs to get the ball away quickly here. Graham under pressure. Flips it over the top. They're taking it on Richmond. Trying to get clear. Tonin fed it out wide. Couldn't find the target. 5-5-35 Falcons. One behind Tigers. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. 13 minutes gone in the third quarter. One more goal would make it impossible if it isn't already for Richmond. Quick kick goes across the half-back line. Ross with the footy again. Shrugs off the tackle. Almost got it away from Morrow. The kick, McDonald again. Sets it up towards Mounsey on the lead. A beautiful kick. Gave the defence no chance whatsoever. And Hannah Mounsey can line up for goal number 4 from 40 metres out directly in front. Meg McDonald, what a game she is playing. We'd love to see live stats. I'm sure that will come down the track. It's great to see the stats involved from Champion Data as Mounsey hits the post up near the top. So 3 goals, 1 for Hannah Mounsey. And the Falcons extend their lead to a match high 35 points. As the kick in goes close. And in the end, it was good play by Kate Dempsey, realising she wasn't going to mark it, to stretch up and just get a hand on it to ensure it was a boundary throw-in. Mounsey in the ruck. Back palm. This will give the Tigers a chance. Protecting the footy and then probably getting a free kick for a push in the back. The umpire didn't agree. That was Honeybun. Loves going after the hard ball, Esther Honeybun. Contested ball player, that's becoming obvious very early on in her career. 19 years of age. And she'll get another one here, and she'll get a free kick this time for kicking in danger. So Honeybun, a couple of kicks from home, sets it up towards centre half forward, 2-on-1 contest in favour of the Tigers. Little hand pass Dempsey, trying to get through there was Gardner, but couldn't get it away. The good tackle will be rewarded with a free kick to Musico. As the wind picks up again. Burry, in fact, it is to take the free kick. And she will put it up in the breeze. Pearce crashes the pack, couldn't drag the footy down. And we'll have another ball up as we head into the last segment of this third quarter here at the Swinburne Centre.
Step down by Pearce once again. Dispossessed. Good work by Lister to try to keep the ball in play once again. Again, not able to convince the boundary umpire with the ball over the line. I'll have a boundary throw in. So it's busily trying to stop the influence of Lauren Pearce in the ruck now. Tigers get the tap this time, but it comes down to ground level. Fairchild unable to get the ball out, and we'll have another ball up. All the hard work done by the Falcons in the first half, 5 goals. Haven't scored a major in this second half. No majors scored in this second half, in fact, by either team. Tigers just the one behind during this term. Lister in the action again versus Graham. Neither player giving in, and we'll have another ball up. Earlier results today, Melbourne Uni defeating Essendon by 8 points. The Muggers' first win of the season. And a big day of Swiss Wellness VFL Women's action occurring tomorrow with another 4 games. Fairchild getting the handball out. Gearin been dangerous during this term. Watch the bounce, comes to the back of the pack. Here's an opportunity. Mountsy, no! The bounce through, unable to get a boot to ball, and goes through for a behind as Davey brings the ball out. Richmond in towards the middle of this Punt Road Oval. McDonald, handballs over the top. Here's a chance for the Falcons late. Alcorn. And a throw, and the ball will be in the hands of the Tigers once again.
And it might not stay there for long. It's just over the head of Lauren Pearce, but she tracked it back nicely. Ran around Colwell, kicked inside 50. But a well-judged saving mark from Tori Tonin in the last line of defence. Plays on quickly, brings it back out. The mark was dropped here by Benara. Got a little kick away, little handball through as well, and that'll be out of bounds on the full from Dempsey. It was Stevenson who was involved there with the handball, so Nad Exon knocked up winning the football today as well. That one's not her best, but she does gain about 40 metres and finds the boundary line for a throw-in. Been a terrific performance by the Darebin Falcons. There's only been 1 goal 3 to 1 point kick since quarter time. The damage done in that first quarter with 4 goals 4 unanswered for Darebin. Mountsy won the tap. Stevenson tried to kick it backwards, a kick around the corner, clearing it out of the zone. It takes a off break and goes over the line for a throw in. Last minute approaching in this third quarter. Reasonably healthy crowd in. They're obviously, we're expecting a little bit more from the Tigers, but the Falcons do have good support as well up here in the Jack Dyer stand here at Punt Road Oval, as the free kick was taken by Ross, and a good diving mark taken there by Jess Gardner. Goes short. Stevenson called out. That was good talk. Mark taken, and then quickly kicked forward by Davey up towards the 50. And Pearce's size just proved too much for the 3 Tigers around her, and she wins a free kick at half-back. And that should just about do us all. The centering kick has been chopped off. Stevenson needs to move it quickly. Last chance here for the Tigers, just over the head of Dixon. Still a chance for Richmond. Siren is imminent. Bump by Clark. Time will run out for the Tigers. And Darebin holds them out again. A goalless third quarter in this game, but that suits Jane Lange and the Falcons right down to the ground. And Darebin go to 3-quarter time with a 6-goal lead on the Choose Tap scoreboard here at Punt Road Oval. Darebin Falcons 5-6-36. Never write off a champion team, even with the quality that they've lost since the end of last season. Richmond 1 behind at the final change. Goal scorers for Darebin, Hannah Mountsy with the 3 in the first quarter, and singles to Simpson and Hammond. Richmond just that 1 behind off the ground by Dixon during that third quarter. Well, the big names from the Falcons have been good. They've got the job done. Richmond's had plenty of good players. The only thing they haven't done is been able to put the score on the board. 36 points the margin for Darebin at 3-quarter time. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's live action, live streaming. We'll be back shortly for the final quarter. Anthony Stangetz and Brendan Rhodes on vfl.com.au. Welcome back to Punt Road Oval, the Swinburne Centre here as Richmond desperately try to get themselves a goal in this game. They trail Darebin by 36 points in Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Round 2 action at three-quarter time. The Falcons 5-7-37 leading the Tigers 1 behind. Brendan Rhodes and Anthony Stangets with you as we get the final quarter underway with Lauren Pearce winning another tap. She's been outstanding today. Quick kick forward for the Tigers. That was by Lynch. Picked up by Gearan for the Falcons. Lister fed the hand pass through. Eastman had a terrific first half. Worked off the ball on this occasion. And we get another stalemate. Tom Hunter will be looking for his team to run the game out for Richmond. Try and get a couple of goals on the board. Give them something to build back on for next week. Jane Lange will want Darebin just to keep doing exactly what they're doing. It's been a great answer to their big loss last week to the Northern Territory Thunder. Kick around the corner, goes inside 50. Simpson arrives, couldn't quite take the mark. Kennedy, clearing ball for Richmond, up towards half-back it goes. Ross, in fact that was Graham. She got dispossessed, little kick into the pocket. Hammond the target, almost dragged it down with the one hand. Tigers with the numbers. Clearing ball from Graham was good. And the mark taken there by Gardner. She kicked it up towards half-back. And it'll be locked in by Colvin, I should say, for the Falcons. 1.5 minutes gone in this final quarter. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Round 2. Here at the Punt Road Oval. Over the top, Pearce with another tap. As we see Lawson Tavern coming off holding a wrist and not looking too comfortable. So hopefully there's nothing serious going on there for Darebin, as the quick kick is marked by Pearce. So she goes back towards the 50, worked under the football. Tyndall caught, going for another crack at it was Tyndall. Just got a handball away in time. Plenty of players around the football here. Missed with the attempted kick away did Kennedy. Arriving Hammond, worked off the football, and there's a push here. And a free kick to the captain of the Falcons, Kate Tyndall. Might be too far out to score, I think. She'll have to kick from the 50. Pretty much into the wind. Chips it short and chipped it straight to the player on the mark. Turnover time. A little bit of a fumble from Kennedy, and then she wins the free kick for holding. Oh, not a good kick across the half-back line. Turnover again here for the Falcons. Simpson putting on the afterburners is Honeybun. Snap around the corner towards the pocket. Mounsey, too big and too strong, takes the mark. And Mounsey to line up for goal number 4 on a tight angle, about 35 metres out from goal. Sets it up, looking to swing it back on the breeze. It'll land at the top of the goal square. Numbers with the Tigers. Front and centre, Simpson. Still the numbers with Richmond. Hack kick goes outside the zone. It'll bounce away. Mounsey gets back there first for the Falcons. Steps around one. Breaks the tackle. Kicks towards full forward. Target here. Plenty of numbers. And the Falcons players stayed back when Richmond tracked the footy. And Simpson marks uncontested at the top of the goal square.
And a while since she kicked the opening goal of the game.
And she's got that one. So the Falcons get the 6th goal of the game just as they got the first 5. And yeah, just got caught ball chasing a little bit there, the Richmond defence. They had plenty of numbers, but they forgot about their opponents and paid the price as Simpson gets her 2nd goal. 6-7-43 Darebin, 1 behind Richmond. 4.5 minutes gone. Final quarter, Swiss Wellness, VFL Women's at Swinburne Centre, Punt Road Oval.
Interesting water carrier today for one of the teams out there, with Lily Mithen on the sidelines. And I think also Jess Delpos running water in today's game.
I'm sure both them and us would much rather see them playing.
Oh, I certainly would. As we said, Lily Mithen not on named on a VFL women's list to start the season. And re-signing with Melbourne during the week for another AFL W season next year. So not one of the Geelong's early recruits. She'll be back with Melbourne in AFLW next year. Zexon goes wide to half forward. Good strong mark taken by Lynch, going back with the flight of the ball.
The question then, I suppose, is whether she ends up staying here at the Falcons or whether she goes out to Casey.
Oh, correct. So we'll see where she signs. There's the ball in the middle. Trip was Colvin. Still in the middle of the ground. Lister tries to get it away. Leading in the race for the football is George. Handball comes out. The Tigers move forward. Good kick by Kennedy, the captain. McDonald. Uncharacteristic error. She hasn't had too many of them today. She's had a fine game. Hogan. A right-hand woman down in the defence today. But McDonald cleans up with that pressure attack on the Tigers. Inside their forward 50 now, Richmond.
It was a good recovery, wasn't it? First mistake she made, and straight away she batted up and got the footy back. Just trying to spot what's going on with Genevieve Lawson-Tavern down on the boundary line here with the... She came off holding her wrist. She's standing there on the boundary and doesn't look too comfortable. As the Falcons charge through the middle of the ground, Simpson, Exon receives it back. Also involved there was Alcorn. Kick inside 50. Mounsey drops the mark. Tries to go again. Caught. Just fed the hand pass out in time. Snap towards goal. Came from Batoni, but a great mark in the front spot for the Tigers. And that was Graham, who got a clearing kick away. And the 50-metre penalty, hard earned for Richmond by Ellie George. We'll bring her right up to the half-back line. Got to go behind the mark.
Should also mention today the players from Darebin wearing the blue tape around their right wrists as we support the blue, Beyond Blue in this round.
Yep.
So shining a light on mental health across not only the VFL women's competition, the Peter Jackson VFL TSE Cup matches, and across the majority of community leagues this weekend.
Great to see, and a terrific cause to keep an eye on. Everyone should know there's always someone out there for you to give you a hand if you're not feeling the best. There's Eastman. Tries to break clear. Gardner was caught. Eastman goes back after it again. And working towards the line, and the umpire will come in before it goes over the line. Yeah, very good initiative, which was obviously kicked off last night and being carried on all over Victoria. So boundary throw in. Punt road side of the ground. Pearce takes it, it's cleanly out of the ruck. She's getting more and more confident as the game goes on. Kick to half forward was fantastic. Simpson took the mark. Kicks it quickly inside 50 and finds Mounsey. Goes for home, Mounsey from 45 metres out. It'll be short into the breeze. Almost the mark for the Tigers by Graham. And then she was quick to recover and lay the tackle and gets rewarded for it. So Jacqueline Graham will get the free kick right beside the behind post. Brings it out, but it was a well-judged mark from the captain, Tyndall. Elise O'Day, one of plenty still missing today. The premiership captain from last year.
Some pretty handy emergencies for today's game, Brendan.
Yeah, Paxman and O'Connor. I think if you can afford to leave them out of the 23, maybe I shouldn't have been so quick to write them off. Towards the top of the square it goes from Tyndall. She'll get another chance here. Definitely a high tackle. Both umpires saw that. As it looks like a second light shower is just going to start coming over. Too far out to score, I think, here, Kate Tyndall. So, no, there's still plenty of class on the Darebin list, that's for sure. Tyndall to the top of the square. Simpson couldn't quite. Graham now with Davey. Got a kick out wide. Morrow getting back there first for the Falcons. She's got Tigers on all sides of her. One of those is Colwell. And she managed to work it further away and over the line before Colvin could get there.
Should mention in the earlier game today, Melbourne Uni 5-6-36 defeated Essendon at 4-4-28. A 3-goal third term helping set up that win. Ash Riddell leading the way for the Muggers with 3 goals for the winners and named their best player.
Good away win at Windy Hill too.
It was.
Not a weak team, Essendon. They picked up a lot of good players out of Diamond Creek, didn't they?
They did.
Tanya Hetherington at the top of that list. Rennie Hicks was into the team today as the Tigers move forward. Can they get something out of this one? Kick inside forward 50 came from Wakefield and it's Siobhan. Hogan has had a mighty game at fullback for the Falcons. Repelled absolutely everything and she finds the target with the clearing kick this time. It was Skipper who kicked in towards the wing. It's coming back in for Richmond. Free kick to Nev Clark.
Should also mention Emma Kearney making her season debut for Melbourne Uni, her first game for the year after coming off her AFLW best and fairest.
Yeah, big not really a bigger inclusion than that, is there?
Especially for a team that's lost so much AFLW talent and players that have gone back to their AFLW aligned VFL teams.
Something like 16 AFLW players gone from Melbourne University.
Handy inclusion to have come back in for her first game and amongst the best.
It's, and set to stay there long term, having now signed with North Melbourne, which is good to see. As the Falcons clear once more. Richmond with the numbers here. That'll be good work from Gardner. Will hold things up and draw another ball up.
And for our VFL.com.au followers, if you're looking for our live stream match for next week, Williamstown versus Geelong will be our streaming game next Sunday. So if you're looking for a match to follow next weekend, that will be the game featuring on VFL.com.au for our Swiss Wellness VFL women's followers.
Let's hope there's better weather at Burbank next week because it'll be really cold there.
I reckon the breeze could be a lot stronger than it is here today.
Yeah. Ball towards half forward for Richmond. Siobhan Hogan charges out of fullback again. Bus one tackle. Kicks into the centre of the ground. Tigers with the opportunity. And getting a free kick here. And that is Banara. Goes wide. They've got 7 minutes, or 6.5 and change to find a goal here, Richmond. Kick towards half forward, and the mark is with Lisa Davey. Plays on, drives long inside 50. Over the head it goes of Wakefield. At the back, Dixon's a chance. Oh, gave the hand pass, but put it behind the teammate. And Siobhan Hogan gets it again. Now she's under pressure. Caught, just got a hand pass away in time. Kick. Nuala Clark can't take the mark. Trying to get clear was George. Couldn't do so. Quick kick away from Morrow. There for the Falcons is Tyndall, and she saw it over the boundary line. Dixon heard the voice, but just missed the target with the handball.
Should also mention for next weekend, anyone wanting to watch some great women's football on the Saturday, we'll be live streaming via taccup.com.au, the TAC Cup Girls Grand Final, with the final team for that Grand Final being confirmed today, with Geelong Falcons to take on the Northern Knights. So Maddie Guerin, who we've seen out here today for the Darebin Falcons, a graduate from the Northern Knights last season. So we'll see players of her calibre out on the field next weekend on the 19th out at Avalon Airport Oval.
Next season's future AFLW and VFLW stars.
Yeah, there certainly will be. There'll probably be a host of talented players that'll be picked up later this season for AFLW. So if you want to get the inside scoop and see some of those talented players run around next Saturday afternoon at 12:30, tsccup.com.au.
Quick kick inside 50 for the Tigers. Oh, great mark in the front spot taken there by Gunn. Can they get something here? Steps around Emma Gunn. Kicks towards the goal square. Oh, just missed the target, and a desperate lunge from guess who to take them.
If she's not she's not the best player today, Brendan.
Well, she's got to be close, but she's turned it over. Gunn has another shot. Dixon, oh, just through the hands. And it's through for a behind. That was probably their best chance.
So Hogan brings the ball back into play. Here's another opportunity for them. Gunn, desperate for that first goal for the Tigers. Fairchild at half-back for the Falcons. Just an air of desperation from the Tigers now. They know they're so close to getting that first major.
Here's another shot at it, holding the ball.
Lisa Davey will take the free kick. And let's see, just get an indication of that breeze in this final term.
Still might be just beyond her, I think.
Let's see what you can do. Kick from 48 metres. Accuracy and distance an issue as the ball goes out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw in the forward pocket.
Good contest by Dixon to ensure the boundary throw-in. Kicked 4 goals on debut last week, did Kate Dixon. She'd dearly love to make it a 5th one today. Pearce won the tap. Little toe poke through. Diving into the contest. Whistle. Free kick Tigers. High tackle, and Emma Gunn, who's made the play in this last quarter to try and get this goal on the board, will get the chance. 20 metres out, just off directly in front to give the Tigers a goal. She hit the post. Unlucky. She deserved that. She deserved the goal, I mean. But another behind for the Tigers. 3 of them on the board now. Darebin 6-7-43. 2.5 minutes remaining. It was 41-3. They beat the Bulldogs last week. It's 43-3 against them today. Was that their last opportunity? As Darebin comes out of defence, not a good kick. Little chip around the corner. Dixon back. That was pretty close to a mark. It was a push anyway. And Dixon will have the chance after receiving the pass from Jess Gardner. So from about 3 metres inside the boundary, maybe even closer, maybe even wider. And 30 metres out. Needs to sit it to the far goal post. Dixon kicks to the far goal post, and the wind doesn't pick it up, and it pushes across the face and through for a behind. 2 to Dixon. Kick in, only just got clear from Meg McDonald. Long ball to half back. Crashing the pack, Gardner, Eastman, front and square, handball through, got it out, Hammond, had an air swing on the boot, and it trickles over the line. They have attacked this goal mercilessly in the last quarter, the last few minutes in particular, Richmond. They might get one more shot at it. We're into the final minute here at Punt Road Oval at the Swinburne Centre. Another hit out for Pearce. Eastman slapped it out. Picked up here for the Tigers by Hocking. Little kick was knocked down there by Tyndall. Goes again, or Hogan. Hogan kicks it out towards the wing. Bouncing ball. Mounsey arrives. Tried to tap it back behind. That looked like a throw. Umpire didn't see it. pack converges. Tigers still battling hard. Falcons not willing to give them anything. Little kick from Gearan. Double fister for the Tigers. Picked up there for Richmond by Colwell. Kicks to half forward. At the back was Gardner. Kicks into 50. Dixon is caught. Just got a kick away. Chance for Hogan. Hand pass through. Here's Siobhan Hogan. Clearing ball. Lauren Pearce takes the mark, and that will be all. A terrific performance by the Darebin Falcons today at the Swinburne Centre Punt Road Oval. They flew out of the blocks with 4 goals in the first quarter and never looked back. Never write off a champion team. The reigning premiers are still going to be around the mark, excuse me, in season 2018 of Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. They proved that today with plenty of quality still to come back into the side, as we mentioned, with Elise O'Day, Asta O'Connor and Karen in particular. But the Darebin Falcons 6-7-43 beat the Richmond Tigers 4 behinds here at the Swinburne Centre. For Cheers Tap, the goal scorers 3 to Hannah Mounsey, 2 to Steph Simpson and 1 to Georgia Hammond. Tigers unable to get themselves a goal on the board today. But the story is with the better players, Anthony Stangetz, and what a game played in particular by Meg McDonald, marshalling the Falcons' defence along with Siobhan Hogan.
Yeah, they were fantastic, the back six. They had a really good system. They backed each other. They knew where players were running to as they came out of the defensive 50. And I think the big inclusion today was Lauren Pearce.
Oh, no question. She's in the votes as well for me.
Yeah, very, very handy getting her back into the side. Dominated into the middle. Nat Axon as well coming into the side. When you get that sort of combination into your midfield, you can start to score goals. You can start to get it down into the forward line early. Hannah Mounsey was fantastic in that first term.
She set it up, didn't she?
Yeah, kicking those 3 goals, and opportunistic on many occasions, trying to, just around the pack, the long floating goal for the first and taking the mark and kicking the long goal from 45. So she took her opportunities. I think Jane Land should be very happy in the end of having that nil scoreline for Richmond, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. A team that's held an opposition to 0 goals the week before, held to 0 the week after themselves.
Well, you'd have to go back a long way and really do some studying to find it. You'd probably maybe in the depths of winter when the bog tracks up in the country, you might find one. But Richmond still had plenty of good players. As I said on a few occasions, the only thing they couldn't do was find that centre opening of the goals.
Yeah, certainly, and they'll learn a lot. They've taken on the reigning premiers, and they've taken on 2 lots of reigning premiers over recent weeks, the AFL W reigning premiers and now the VFL W reigning premiers. So
it's a fair initiation, isn't it?
It has been, and Tom Hunter and his team will learn a lot from today's clash.
Yeah, no question. Better players. I think for Richmond, just running through the list, Ella Ross had a very good third quarter in particular, but had a good day. Colwell worked hard. Kennedy was very good. Emma Gunn, I thought, was outstanding, especially down towards the end. Benara tried hard, but was pretty well beaten by Lauren Pearce. Louise Stevenson did well to pull Hannah Mounsey back when she went onto her after that first quarter rush. And Kate Dempsey was good coming out of the back line as well for Richmond. But it was the Falcons who did it easily in the end. 6 goals, 7-43 to Richmond, 4 behinds on the Choose Tap scoreboard. That I think just about sees us out here from the Swinburne Centre Punt Road Oval. Darebin bouncing back from their 9-goal loss to the NT Thunder at home last week with a very impressive 39-point victory, as the Tigers had a 39 or 38-point win replaced by a 39-point loss this week. It's good signs for the VFLW competition. It's close. Like the margin's not necessarily as yet, but when teams are winning and losing and winning, it suggests that we could be in for a very competitive season.
Yeah, looking forward to another 4 games on tomorrow. Check out VFL.com.au or download the new VFL app. Search VFL in the App Store or Google Play.
Thanks very much, Anthony Stangetz. The Darebin Falcons win by 39 points here at the Swinburne Centre. I'm Brendan Rhodes saying see you next week on VFL W, live streaming on VFL.com.au from Burbank Oval next Sunday at Williamstown when the Seagulls take on Geelong. We look forward to that one. Brendan Rhodes saying see you later. Falcons win by 39 points on VFL.com.au for Swiss Wellness.